Hi, welcome to Take a Break, Take a Breath for Friday, January 21st. I'm Rick Boyer, the pastor of Prospect Presbyterian Church in Maplewood, New Jersey. And Take a Break, Take a Breath is an invitation for you to pause in your day, to just breathe and center yourself in God who made you and loves you and calls you by name. Each time we come together, I've been exploring a different reading from Scripture, and right now we're working our way through the Gospel of Luke, and we're on Luke 2, 40 to 52. Luke 2, 40 to 52. This particular period of time, we're looking at Luke by putting ourselves into the story, by being one of the characters in the story. And right now, this story is about when Jesus was 12 and he went to the temple with his parents, as they always did, for the Passover. And they go home. They start out for home, and at the end of that first day, traveling with the caravan of people, they discover that Jesus isn't with them, and they go back to Jerusalem to find him. So if you haven't already done so, I invite you to go to a quiet place in your house, to close the door if the room has a door, and settle into a comfortable chair. Close your eyes and take some deep breaths. And as you breathe in the breath of God. And as you breathe out all that separates you from God. As you breathe in the breath of life. And as you breathe out all that does not give you life. As you breathe in God's peace. And as you breathe out all of your worries and your fears and your anxieties, all of the things that don't give you peace. Keep breathing nice and deep and steady. And with each breath, breathe in God's peace and presence. Nice and deep. Become aware of the fact that God's spirit of peace and love and presence and life is touching every part of your body. Imagine it like slipping into the warm water of a tub. You put your feet in, and as your feet feel the warmth of the water, it feels so good, and they are so very relaxed. And so you slide down, and as you slide down, all of your legs are covered. Your calves, your thighs, and your waist. And the muscles relax. And that feels so good that you slide in so you're in up to your shoulders. And as the peace and presence and love of God spread in you and cover you, the agitations in your belly go away. And the aches and pains and tensions in your back go away. Your heart rate stays nice and calm, and your breathing stays nice and deep. As your shoulders and arms are covered by the peace and presence of God, the muscles in your shoulders relax. Your arms feel renewed and refreshed, and your hands open up. As you slide a little further into that tub, you're up to your chin and your neck begins to relax. And it feels so good. God's peace and presence is penetrating all of the tensions in your neck. You dip your head back so that your head is touched by God's peace. And all the things that have been bouncing around in your mind all of the things that have been disturbing you at night, they all are calm for a while. And then you dip your face in, or you bring the water up to your face. It makes you smile. It relaxes your jaw. You are held in the hands of the one who made you and knew you before you were born. You are touched by the Creator of the ends of the earth. In your mind's eye, go to ancient Jerusalem. Lots of people are there. It's the time of Passover. Who do you want to be in this story? Do you want to be the young boy Jesus at 12? The parents, Joseph and Mary? The teachers in the temple who are amazed at Jesus? Or the friends who have been supporting Mary and Joseph and encouraging them? When the Passover was over, Mary and Joseph head for home with the caravan. It's a big group of people, and many other times they've gone out on the caravan, and Jesus stays with friends, with his friends or with other family, and they travel together, and then at the end of the day come together. When they reach the end of the day, they begin to look for Jesus. And they can't find him. They can't find him anywhere. They're filled with anxiety, and so they immediately head back to Jerusalem. And for 3 days, they go all over Jerusalem looking for Jesus. When finally, on the third day, filled with anxiety, they find him in the temple where he's been talking with the teachers in the temple. The teachers in the temple and those around are amazed at the wisdom and understanding that Jesus has. And when Mary gets his attention, she says to him, "My child, do you not know that I have been looking for you with great anxiety for 3 days?" Jesus looks at her and he said, "Did you not know that I would be in my Father's house?" What a crazy answer, huh? So then they take him and they begin journeying back to their home, catching up with the caravan. And Jesus continues to grow in wisdom, in stature, and in strength. What gets stirred up in you by that story? What stands out? What questions does it raise for you? Have a conversation with God about that story. But not just about that story, about the intersection of that story and where your life on this day intersect. I'll be quiet while you and God talk. And then the time comes for your conversation with God to end for now. And so you bring the conversation to an end in whatever way is appropriate. And you bring yourself back to the room where you are. And you open your eyes when you're ready. Let's take a break, take a breath for Friday, January 21st. I invite you to go back to that story. It is Luke 2, 40 to 52, to read it a couple more times, and each time you read it to see it from the perspective of a different character in the story, and use that to think about what it is God might be saying to you in your own life. If you have feedback for me, or you want to talk or pray, send an email to rick@prospectchurch.org.